What happens when a team's draft failure turns into a potential winning move for a rival? C.J. Henderson, once seen as a cornerstone for the Jacksonville Jaguars, now finds himself on the brink of joining the Atlanta Falcons. Originally drafted 9th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft, Henderson's journey has been anything but straightforward. His potential arrival in Atlanta could mark a significant turning point in his career and for the Falcons' secondary. The Jaguars drafted Henderson to fill the massive shoes left by Jalen Ramsey. Initially, he showed promise, especially during his NFL debut where he made a crucial interception against the Indianapolis Colts. However, despite some early flashes of brilliance, his time with the Jaguars was short-lived. After a tumultuous rookie year and a challenging 2021 season marred by injuries and COVID-19 setbacks, Henderson was traded to the Carolina Panthers. That trade, driven by Jaguars then coach Urban Meyer, was part of a broader strategy to refresh the roster. Henderson's performance with the Panthers was stable but not outstanding. Over 2.5 seasons, he participated in 39 games, starting 22. His next stops included brief stints with the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, none seemed to unlock the potential once anticipated by the Jaguars. The potential signing of Henderson by the Falcons prompts intriguing questions about tactical adjustments. Atlanta's defense is looking to bolster its secondary, and Henderson's experience could be invaluable. His ability to disrupt plays, evidenced by his 6 deflected passes and 1 forced fumble during his rookie season, might dovetail perfectly with the Falcons' defensive schemes. However, his consistency remains a question mark, a factor that the Atlanta coaching staff will need to address quickly. Experts are divided. Some believe a fresh start in Atlanta could revitalize Henderson's career, while others remain skeptical of his ability to overcome past inconsistencies. The Falcons' defensive coordinator will likely experiment with Henderson's positioning during preseason to maximize his impact, but much depends on his mental and physical readiness. Looking ahead, Henderson's integration into the Falcons' roster could either solidify their defense or highlight ongoing vulnerabilities. If he adapts well and performs at a level expected of a top 10 draft pick, he could become the defensive stalwart Atlanta desperately needs. Conversely, a failure to adjust could further cement his status as a draft disappointment. What's your take on this situation? Could C.J. Henderson find redemption with the Falcons, or is this just another stop in a journeyman career? Drop your thoughts below. Could this be the turning point Henderson needs, or will Atlanta's gamble fall flat? As the preseason unfolds, all eyes will be on Henderson to see if this former draft pick can finally live up to his first-round promise. This move could indeed be a bold stroke for Atlanta, potentially turning past misfortune into a strategic advantage. They said we were crazy, but the early returns are speaking for themselves. Meet James Pierce Jr. When the Atlanta Falcons made the bold move of trading their 2026 first-round pick to snag James Pierce Jr., the NFL community erupted in skepticism. Pierce was a risk, overshadowed by pre-draft controversies despite an impressive 17.5 sacks in 2 seasons with Tennessee. Concerns over Pierce's off-field behavior loomed large. His rap sheet included charges like speeding and driving with suspended license. But the issues went beyond traffic violations. Whispers questioned his maturity and coachability. That kid is a first-round talent, a defensive line coach told The Athletic's Bruce Feldman. But what you hear about his maturity is frightening. Fast forward to Falcons training camp, and the tide has started to turn. Head coach Raheem Morris and his team invested heavily in background research, and their findings justified the gamble. Morris, quoted by Josh Kendall, stated, "Great football players have grit. Part of our journey to greatness is acquiring players with natural grit. Pierce's fiery presence has already sparked fervor within the Falcons' ranks. He's been involved in 2 altercations already, injecting much-needed aggression into a team sorely lacking intimidation. For too long, the defensive side had been toothless, but the tide is turning thanks to this rookie's tenacity." Defensive assistant Jackie Smith shared, "Defenses should be fierce, violent." All those powerful words. That swagger, when acquired correctly, is valued around here. Pierce is showing he belongs. Skepticism persists, but Morris, Smith, and defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich stand unified in their praise. Ulbrich pointed out Pierce's relentless drive. He wants to prove himself at every turn. His passion sometimes boils over, and managing it will be a crucial part of his growth. Even Jesse Bates III, a defensive leader, sees something extraordinary in Pierce. While optimism runs high during preseason, all eyes are on the real test in a month's time. But there's a strong belief that Pierce could be the game changer Falcons defense desperately needs. Could this aggressive move turn the Falcons into defensive powerhouses? What's your take on this situation? Drop your thoughts below.